There's something profoundly mysterious about the way life unfolds. Moments when everything seems to align perfectly, as if guided by an unseen hand, are not mere coincidences, but glimpses into the deeper fabric of reality. These moments reveal how we are part of a vast interconnected web where thought, energy, and existence dance together in harmony. At its core, this interconnectedness reveals a truth. Manifestation isn't just an act of will, it's a process rooted in universal principles. To truly understand this, consider the nature of consciousness itself. Philosophical idealism suggests that consciousness is primary, and the material world arises from it. In other words, what we perceive as physical reality is, in fact, a projection of thought, a manifestation of mind. This idea challenges the dominant materialist paradigm, which assumes that matter exists independently of consciousness. But idealism posits that the universe is not a machine composed of inert particles. It's a living, responsive system shaped by the very act of observation and intention. This notion resonates across ancient traditions and modern science alike. For instance, neuroscientist Donald Hoffman's work on conscious realism suggests that our perceptions don't reflect an objective reality, but instead serve as interfaces designed to help us navigate survival. In essence, what we see as reality is a constructed simulation shaped by consciousness. Similarly, theoretical physicist David Bohm proposed the concept of the implicate order, a deeper, unified field underlying the observable universe. According to Bohm, the explicate order, our everyday reality, unfolds from this implicate order, much like waves emerging from an ocean. This aligns with the idea of an energetic medium, a subtle field that permeates all things. This field has been described across cultures and traditions. In Chinese philosophy, it's called Kai, the vital life force that flows through all living beings. In Hindu teachings, it's referred to as Prana, the subtle energy that sustains existence. Modern esoteric traditions describe it as the etheric plane, a subtle layer of reality that bridges the physical and spiritual realms. While these descriptions might sound mystical, there are intriguing parallels in scientific research. For example, studies on biofields suggest that the human body generates measurable electromagnetic fields that extend beyond its physical boundaries. These fields interact with the environment in ways we're only beginning to understand. Dr. Valerie Hunt, a pioneer in bioenergetics, conducted experiments showing that emotions and thoughts can influence these fields, suggesting that subtle energies play a role in shaping our experiences. This brings us to the concept of universal knowledge, an underlying blueprint that informs all of existence. Throughout history, different cultures have described this blueprint in various forms. In ancient esoteric teachings, it was called the Akashic records, a timeless library containing the history, potentialities, and archetypal patterns of all existence. In modern psychology, Carl Jung referred to it as the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of symbols and archetypes that shape human experience. These frameworks aren't contradictory but complementary, pointing toward the same truth. There exists a universal library of wisdom, a set of patterns and principles that guide both individual lives and collective evolution. Jung's work on archetypes is particularly fascinating. He identified recurring motifs, like the hero, the shadow, and the mother, that appear across cultures and time periods. These archetypes aren't random. They're reflections of universal patterns encoded in the collective unconscious. It's a map for navigating transformation, a guide for overcoming challenges and achieving growth. This connection between personal experience and universal patterns underscores the idea that we're not isolated beings, but nodes in a vast network, each contributing to the unfolding story of existence. And yet, this alignment isn't passive. It requires active participation, what we might call manifestation. But manifestation isn't about controlling outcomes. It's about co-creating with the cosmos. When you visualize abundance, practice gratitude, or engage in rituals designed to focus your intent, you're participating in the ongoing creation of reality. Take energy work, for instance. Practices like Reiki or Qigong involve channeling subtle energies to influence physical and emotional states. While skeptics might dismiss such practices as pseudoscience, their effects are undeniable for those who experience them. Studies on biofields and electromagnetic interactions suggest that the body generates measurable fields that extend beyond its physical boundaries. This lends credibility to the idea that subtle energies play a role in shaping our experiences. Philosophically, this ties back to idealism. If consciousness underpins reality, then the act of focusing your thoughts and emotions becomes a creative force. Every desire you hold, every emotion you feel, sends waves through the field, influencing the probabilities around you. This is why trust is so crucial. Trust isn't blind faith. It's the recognition that the universe operates according to principles far greater than our limited perceptions. When setbacks occur, they're not failures but recalibrations, nudging you toward paths that better align with your highest good. Synchronicity is one of the most tangible expressions of this interconnectedness. Have you ever had a vivid dream that later came true? Or encountered someone who seemed to appear exactly when you needed guidance? These moments aren't random, they're evidence of alignment. Synchronicity happens when you attune yourself to the subtler frequencies of the field, when your internal state mirrors the external conditions necessary for growth. It's the universe whispering back, confirming that you're moving in harmony with its rhythms. Consider the story of the scientist Auguste Kekulé, who discovered the structure of benzene after dreaming of a snake biting its own tail. This vision, an Ouroboros, symbolized the cyclic nature of the molecule, guiding him toward a breakthrough. Moments like these tap into the universal patterns that underlie all existence. They're reminders that we're not alone, we're part of a greater whole. To truly grasp this, consider how interconnected systems function in nature. A single bee dancing to communicate the location of flowers influences the behavior of an entire hive. Similarly, your thoughts and actions influence the collective field, creating ripples that extend far beyond your immediate sphere. Manifestation, then, isn't just a personal endeavor. It's a contribution to the greater whole. By aligning your intentions with universal patterns, you're not only shaping your destiny, but also participating in the evolution of the cosmos itself. In the end, life is a symphony, a continuous interplay of energies guided by universal principles and shaped by conscious intent. Whether through moments of synchronicity, acts of manifestation, or simply the quiet awareness of being part of something greater, we are constantly co-creating our reality. By understanding the threads that bind us, we unlock the power to shape our destinies. We step into our role as active participants in the grand tapestry of existence, and in doing so, we discover that the universe isn't something separate from us. It is us.